Welcome to another episode of Linux Guru Guy, Brews and Linux. With not a Linux Guru Guy, Great Copple coming at you from Denver, Colorado, with another episode of Not a Linux Guru Guy. Said that several times, didn't I? So yeah. For today we're going to take a look at Nano. Nano. Episode of Not a Linux Brews and Linux. That shows me I'm not a Linux Guy. Excuse me for the sound check there, but I had to make sure I was coming through all right. Sounds like I am, so I'm going to continue on. Yay. So anyway, it's we'll get moving with this Nano thing here pretty quick, but we wanted to make sure you knew what Nano was exactly. Text editor in Linux mostly. I think it's also available in BSD. I'm not sure about that because I haven't checked on that, but I know it's available in most all Linux distributions. So yeah, you can find it in every distribution you can shake a stick at or something like that. Anyway, yeah, so well, let's see. So far nobody showed up for chat. If you're out there and you're available, you know, in the chat. And anyway, it sounds like how to properly use label it, how to properly use Nano, because well, in its native state it isn't too usable a lot of times. See what I mean when I go to that. What I want to do first, I'm going to talk about it a bit, and then we'll go into it. All right. Now, Nano, as a text editor, a command line text editor, and like Vim is and B and all that kind of stuff. Except it's got different key bindings for it. Now, key bindings originated from Pico, which is a more proprietary or not real clear proprietary. Wasn't real clear on this licensing what it was or wasn't proprietary or not, but at any rate, they took it, forked it, and made Nano. Been real popular over the years. A lot of people use it because it's a simple text editor. And I say simple in the sense that it's like most text editors you see in your thing where, I mean, in Vim and V, you have to do a colon, you have to go in modes like insert mode and stuff, and command modes and things like that in order to initiate different commands. And so it's a little bit more complicated. And you have to do tutorials over it and that kind of stuff, even to learn how to use it. One time I got into a BIM accidentally. And so I tried out on this one file I was looking at, but then I couldn't get around in it, couldn't figure out how to use it. I didn't know anything about much. If you don't know anything about Vim, you're lost, pretty much. So Nano, on the other hand, at least has a help thing down there. It shows you what the different commands are to do things, you know, so figure it out pretty easy. Now the commands aren't real intuitive. They're like Control C, Control V, and Control X. There's like Alt 6 to copy and Control K to cut and Control U to paste, which is a little awkward for most people nowadays. Used all those window key bindings. Anyway, and for the most part, Linux has adopted those key bindings that Windows uses for Control C, V, and X. But at any rate, we've got that, and we have let's see. Yeah, let's take a look at the website. Probably the next thing we ought to do. At any rate, I think that's how we're going to do that. And let's see. We got that. Trying to think what else I need to say about that, if anything else more. So, starting the live stream jitters and stuff like that. But that's how it goes sometimes. And so let's see. Now I will show you the website here. You can see Nano website now on your screen. And yeah, it's a pretty simple website, but it's got a history. Basically, it's like a change log type thing. What you got over here, you got documentation, which actually has Nano fact. Want to learn more about Nano shortcuts? An overview of the Nano's command line keystrokes. But the best way to learn it probably is just dig into it and start learning it rather than the help file outside. That's a pretty good help file actually overall. So what you need to do, use full Nano manual on PDF if you want that to have as your keepsake or whatever, and all that good stuff. So that's the Nano homepage, and it looks kind of retro-ish, especially on the front page. It looks kind of retro-ish, doesn't it? Yeah. It's all text-based. GNU Nano. So I'm going to go over here to an empty space and see. I'm thinking. This empty space over here. Get in here, we'll get digging in Nano, what are we? So Nano basically is just that, Nano. Put in Nano and you hit and then file name that you want to edit. And then you will get whatever file name you want. Now, a lot of things they use touch to create a file, but I think it's easier just to put the file name in because it creates a new file when you do that. So I'm going to go here to you do it like this. You go bin and they have a file there. I don't, okay. So see, it said down in the bottom, new file. I actually have this, so yeah, I needed to reset this so you can see how it originally looks. Yeah, that's real quick. Okay. Yeah, so let's look. See what you have is you have a file called nanorc.nanorc, and we're going to look that over. We're going to move .nanorc. That's a control config file for it. In your home directory usually, although you can put it in other places. It's supposed to be picked up, but I haven't had much luck other than have it picked up in home directory. We're gonna call it move it out of the way so we have a new instance of it. Remove this to Nano RC Rig. Okay. Now if you go to Nano test it, like we have there. Now here's what you get. This is more reminiscent of old Nano. So what you have down here at the bottom is you have a help thing. Now the first thing you notice down here, and the help is help. Now that's a more extensive help. Now this just gives you some sets most commonly used commands. The little caret thing stands for control. And M stands for Alt. Meta key is the Alt key in this Nano. So yeah, so you can do lots of interesting things. You can do undo, which is M, which is Alt U. You use redo, which is Alt E. Here over here. And so you can do all these things with it. Now, you hit Control G, which brings up a more extensive help menu. Gives you all the key binding information you ever want. Tells you how to change things on the fly, even when you're in here. And it also changes things. Like, say you wanted to invoke spell checker if available, in F12. And Alt F invokes the program format, arrange, and manipulate the buffer. Lots of things you can do with this, but well, I usually use the most common methods on it. And yeah, notice down here it's got a lot of things where you non-name numbering, enable, disable. So I can hit Alt N, and it should disable the line numbers on this side. So I don't have any line numbers here. It says unbound key. Alrighty. So you get out by hitting Control C, which basically gets out of anything that you have on there. Now the proper way to use this, to use it with these key bindings, is that you can write out. Now, how I usually do it, if I type some text in here, let's see. And you just type like that. That's why it's simple text editor. It's not convoluted like you have to go into any modes or anything like that to do anything. You notice it's pretty bland. It's all white text, stuff like that. So, now if you want to use a bash script, there's a comment for you. And notice it's got certain things automatically. It doesn't really tell you much about it. So, so you got Echo Hello World. Now, how you can delete stuff out and stuff like this, you hold down the Shift key if you're in the first column. Now, it won't work if you're in the other column. Like, you can't go here and take this out and do this. Just you push down your Shift key and do that. Try to cut it, nothing will happen probably. So it cuts it from the end of the line to the beginning of the line, basically. But yeah, you want to do this, if you do that, it'll cut out everything. You hit Control K. It is down here somewhere, right there, cut. There's paste, Control U. And where is it? So that's your search function. W replaces Control backward slash. Write out, Control O, read file, and then read another file into your buffer. Is Control R. We'll be using it in a little bit. Just want to show you how to set up Nano properly. So anyway, you have exit now what it doesn't show in here is that usually no matter what you use Control S. Save it. See, it wrote 5 lines down there. It says That's pretty much standard. I think, I don't know when it was. They didn't always have this, but they added it in at some point in their history. It's like, I think the most recent version of Nano is 7.0, but this is Nano 5.4 apparently. I don't remember when they added that in, but it was like about 2 years ago, I think. So, yeah. Nano. Now, what you need to know about Nano is a config file. There's lots you can do with it. I think we show you some of that. Now, how do you figure out how to use this thing? Well, one thing is you just dig into it and you use the default key bindings out of the box. And it gives this nice little handy, like I said, help file down here. It gives you learning it, that helps a lot. So you can get rid of it, which I do because I already know them all, so I don't really need to know that. And if I need to, I know Control G will give me the help file if I need to really look up something specific. I don't know, but yeah, you can look that up. And there. Now we want to show you a couple other things before we get into this. Now I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna put it along. Okay. Now if you go past the screen on this, you'll see here in a minute. It just goes swing. It'll keep doing that forever, you know. So yeah. So you got this. The only way to get from there to there is to go on the deal and just go over to the next screen. The only way to see the end part of it. Now, for the longest time, I didn't know you could set it any other way. It had to be that way. But yeah, that's how it works. And you can set it so that it doesn't do it, it wraps it eventually. I don't know why they don't have that out of the box like this. Why they have it? Because I, for a long time, I thought this was all the Nano did, and I used it this way for a while, for several couple of years or something like that, before I realized, hey, you can format and structure this thing to how you want, suit how you want it to work. So yeah, hello world. I'm gonna leave this here right here so you can see the difference when we do the key binding and stuff. Now what I usually do when I do this is I memorize some of the, excuse me a second. Yeah, you can use the key bindings to you can change key bindings. You can change a lot of stuff in this thing. I didn't understand that when I originally said. So, notice down here, meta key, alt key. A will set a mark, and it's kind of convenient because if you want to, like, say, extract out of the middle of this, that's another thing you have to do to enable the mouse and for say you want to extract a section out of here, set it down below. What would you do? Well, yeah, Alt A, that mark set down there at the bottom. You see? Then all you have to do is just start moving, and it'll automatically mark it wherever you mark it. Let's see, we're gonna do that. Or either copy or cut it. Now, if you copy it, it's Alt 6. If you cut it, it's Control K. Paste is Control U. Yeah, those aren't very intuitive key bindings, in my opinion. I learned them. I know how to use them, so, but for a while, it took a while to learn that kind of stuff to make it more natural. So I have to stop and think about it occasionally and go, okay, Control U. That's how paste. Anyway, let's say we wanted to copy this. Alt 6. And then it's copied. And you come down here. You can paste that into there. Wherever your cursor's at, that's where it'll paste it. So yeah, that's how that works. You can cut it out, and there's one way to cut out a lot of stuff if you want to cut out things. Do searches for things, like say you want to do Control W, and then it'll bring up a search function. And yeah, you can see down here that it changes the help commands. If it ever really uses case sensitive, you can change whether it's case sensitive or not. You use reg expressions in your searches. Using Alt R and Alt C is case sensitive. You can do backwards. You can do replace by doing Control R. And backwards is Alt B. And yeah, older, newer. Go to line. Control T. So if you have something that says go to a certain line number, you can do that. Even I think it'll work even if you don't have the line number displayed on the left side. Okay. So yeah, so that's how you just look down there and see what you got. And Control C, of course, is cancel, and Control G gives your help screen. If you wanted to say hello, and you see it bring the cursor right to be a hello, hello world. And that's pretty cool. Now what you need to do if you want to do search wrapped. Yeah, you have to look down here at the bottom and see what it says it's doing here. Search wrap, which means I started below hello world if you noticed, and so it wrapped it back to the top, found it on the way back down the second time. The things I do like about the search function, it tells you when you have uh, only one instance of it in there, which is handy for when you're doing key bindings and window managers and stuff like that. I'll let you know if you only found one instance of it or what. So yeah, it's pretty good, cool. And it'll wrap and it'll keep wrapping as long as you do it again. Now, there's a way to do this. I don't know exactly what it is in here. But I know you can let's do a replace on there first. So Control. Okay, search to replace. Hello. Now see, it says it has hello. It's the last search engine you did. So you just do just have if you had like hello or whatever, you just hit enter there. And then default to hello, but if you want to search replace world, and you want to place world, then you hit that and it says replace with hello. Let's see, dog, eat, dog, world. Okay, now when you hit yes, place this instance, which is marked up there, right up there. You can place that instance, or you can have it step through the instances it finds in your file, or you can just hit all A, and it'll do all of them in the file. So if we did A, it does that, and then you hit hello doggy dog world. So yeah, I'm going to tell you that replace. It tells you down here how many instances it replaced, occurrences it replaced. So yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? Now the functions like that, and you can explore more of these if you want to. Uh, we're going to show you how now to set up your Nano so that you can do things like soft wrap and kind of set that up and all that kind of stuff. Line numbers on the right, left side of it and things like that. Now, there's one way to learn how to do this. It's a little easier than others. One of the ways is just to, I know what bindings I like, so I can just open up a Nano and type it in. So if you hit Control X to exit without saving it first, it'll ask you save modified buffer. And say yes. And say file name to write. Then test it. Now this is like the file name that we entered in when we entered it into it. So you say, so you just hit enter and it'll save it to that file and exit at the same time. Or you can use Control O, which will give you the option to write it out to a file, like you have like one to write out to different files and stuff like that. Do that pretty easy. And then it'll just return you, it won't actually just return you back to the thing. Or you can hit Control Save and it'll save it to the file that you default to. It's easiest to do actually. You just hit Control S and boom, it's saved. What I usually do mostly. Unless I have a reason, like I want to put in a different file name or something like that, then I'll use Control O. So, but let's see now. So let's do Nano RC. And let's, now there's several things to include. You just spell it right. It's one nice thing when you have these color schemes up here. And some files it's set to default to automatically. It'll tell you if you spelled it right or you got the right command or whatever. Which we switched our, see now it turns green when you get it right. So include. Now this will, what this does is there's a lot of nano files and user, oops, share, nano, nano RC. So yeah, there's a bunch of files in that spot there and user share nano that are like all your files for it gives you color schemes and functionality for different uh, types of files. Like you have Python script, it'll recognize Python script and it'll give you Python color codings for it. You'll see when we get back in the file we were just in Bash. We'll do Bash color coding and do all these kind of things to let you know if you, just like this, will let you know if you got the right file changing colors on it, if you got an actual bash command in there or what, you know. So yeah, so you do that. Then you, now what I usually do is I do set soft wrap. Oops. There we go. And then I set at blank. At blanks, plural. And what that does is it'll soft wrap at blank spots on there. So if you have, the one we didn't have blank spot. If we add one in, it'll show you how to do it. It'll do it that way though. We'll demonstrate that when you get there. So we got set blanks, set mouse, set mouse, set okay, line numbers, set what I usually here is get number color. That's not plural. Now when I use green for the number of colors, set selected color, and I use that black, white background. First one's a foreground color, and the second one's a background color. It's going to put behind it. New selection. So then you said at home, smart home. I mean, no smart home. That will set where when you hit home on your cursor will set the beginning of the line, then it'll set the very beginning of the line. If you have indents and stuff like that, it'll automatically take it to the first indent to where the current indentation is on the. You see that in a minute, but now we got set smart home. You hear that in the background? It's kind of some plane landing. Hope it's landing at least. Smart home. The oh yeah, auto indent. Now that is just does what it says auto indent. So every time you hit shift, it'll take you to the last indentation you used. It's handy if you're entering and coding and stuff like that, especially. And set no help. That's what I use now. When you're just learning it, you probably don't want to use no help because that'll erase this whole bottom section down here. It helps you out. And once you learn the commands, though, you want to get out of the way, you enter that in, and helpful there. It gives you more space for your text. And quick blank is one I use. What that does is it will yeah the little notification down here at the bottom of the cabin right around here. Yeah. Usually I think you have to go 6 movements of your cursor, either typing or moving your cursor in order for it to go away. A quick blank basically moves it down to 1, so it gets way faster. You just hit it 1 space, and then it goes away. Now, if you want to make sure you want to see it, that can be bad news, but I kind of like it that way because I don't like them things that doesn't. All right, so we got that. Now that's mostly what I do, but I also used in the past that multi-buffer. And what multi-buffer does is each buffer that has in here is space that it puts a text in. Now if you in your read file down there, Control R, right down here, you enter that in. It then opens up a spot. Well, I'll show you here. Now, what we're going to do here, on not one plus the sets in there anyway, so I'm going to take that out. But yeah, so what you do is you have Control R. Now, one thing, if it's in the current directory that you're supposed to list you're in, which right now we're in the home directory, my home directory, then you have to remember that because you have to enter in just enter from home directory. So you forget where you're at, it might be problematic. Boo. But anyway, I can use any file name you want, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull our nano file from the etc directory. What this will do is it'll put it from where I had the cursor in here, it'll put it on down all the way down. It'll put it in the same buffer, multi-buffer, but it's in a different buffer. So it helps you to copy paste a little bit better, but what we're going to do here, it's more helpful to not have a multi-buffer, to have it just put in the same buffer. All right. So, and notice down here, you got new buffer, no conversion. You can put in a new buffer back. Let's try that out and see if that works. MF, Alt F. See if it can. Yeah. Read file new buffer. I don't want that, so control. Yeah, you just push anytime push control C, it'll back out of it. So we got that, we got control R, and we got hope that's right. Maybe in Nano or something like that. It's direct Nano directory. I think it's just free. Excuse me. I'm back and sort of back. Yeah, my throat's got has this trouble sometimes. At any rate, we have a see now what it should do if this works. Should pull in and put it on the end of this file. And thus it did. Now what I'm gonna do here. See, it says set multi-buffer there, so I will. That's one of the reasons I left it unset there. Is it'll say here. Now this is the file that you can use if you want to learn more about what changes you can make. I know that I've got several changes in here that are that sorry, my throat's not very good right now. I apologize for that. Anyway, now you have all these key bindings down here. These actually change your key bindings back to what would be considered standard. Control C for copy, Control X for cut, Control V for paste. So what it does is it'll find certain key bindings to stuff. And you could change these. You could change it to whatever you wanted. You could put, say you wanted to change Alt 6 copy command to Control B. You could do that by just putting the caret and B and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to change these key bindings to more standard key bindings. What I do usually is the easy way to add these into your file is just do what I did. Just put them in there. Then you can go all the way up to file, mark it like this. Then you get up to where your file begins. Just got a lot of stuff in here, a lot of we're doing this. Yeah, sample initialization file for GNU Nano. Now what it does is basically set like set after ends down there. Main next word, control right and chop right. Control delete. Stop it where it ends instead of the beginnings. So that's what it does. There's your add blanks, which I've added up there. Softline wrapping enabled, make it wrap lines at blanks. Tabs and spaces instead of always at the edge of the screen. This is default if you just put soft blanks, soft wrap in there. It would just go to the edge of the screen wherever it's at in the word. It would just continue on the other side. So make app links to make it easier to read. So you have all these things you can go down to, so you can backup files to the current file name plus a tilde. Set backup. Do that. And there's auto indent and all these things. So we enter it up there for set. So yeah, you can go to this file, you can learn, but we're just going to use it for this purpose. Now we hit Control K to cut all that out. Now we have our bindings there that you can make it more regular brandings. So now what you can do is you can use your search replace function, take out all those hash marks in front of it, but I'm doing this. You control, look for any hash marks, and then place with nothing. Place all. Bada bing, bada boom. Your key bindings are ready to work. Now if you hit Control S, now if you go back into where you were, the key bindings. So now if I wanted to copy some, I'm going to copy this. Hit Control C. It copies it. Now Control V, I can paste it up there anytime I need to. Now, also there's an extra file in here. There's extras. Go to these first. I have about 3 or 4 files in there, I think, that have additional addition to it, that kind of thing. So save that. Now you have to hit Control Q to get out of it again. And that's got the standard key bindings, which are listed down there. Changes anytime you want, pretty much. Now let's go back in and make sure that, you see now if you make a mistake, it tells you about it. The mistakes in home rate and Nano. Now what it is, probably this include statement either extra or either extra or I'm just going to take it out and not even use those because that probably files I probably don't use anyway much very often. Yeah, now you can go through there. I can show a list of them here in a minute, but I can go through there and you can list out all the ones you have. You just use specific ones by putting replace the asterisk specific name of a file. Say you use bash all the time. And you don't want all this other stuff loading up in memory and stuff like that. Just put bash, whatever the bash thing in the bash .nano RC, and they'll use that. Just a way, quick and dirty way to get it all so it's all set. Yeah, see out here it says line 2 error expanding user nano extras nano RC no such file directory. It'll tell you if you make an error like that pretty easy. Now I didn't have an error, so you know that that's good. Good to go. It's extra, not extras. It's singular, not plural there. And so yeah, now you notice we have all these green lines down here and line numbers. So yeah, cool. And now that's interesting. I wonder one thing though. I don't know if this works or not, but I was wondering if I could comment this out for temporarily. If no, if I just use the same. Apparently these well, things are dynamic down here. Even though you change the key bindings on all this stuff, it doesn't show up down there. But it is. So then you have to know not to use those things. If you change your key bindings to standard key bindings like that, you have to know you not do that, not use them. So yeah, interesting. So we'll just go down here, save that, text it out. Now if we go to that thing where we were talking about before, the Nano. Uh, then you see how it's wrapped the thing around there. Now let's just go and show you how this works. Put a space in here and it should all things work out. And just cut it right there. Space. It's all same line, but it's been because I put a space there, it's wrapping it, it's at space instead of at the end of the line. So you can see how that works. And you see now how Echo's color coded and Hello Doggy Dog World is color coded. We can include statements in there. Yeah. So if you type a little bash command, let's say you want to type let's see what good bash command. Yeah, usually what I'll do will be white. Then you type in the full command. So cp, you type in a command that's not there, like nv, like you want to do that, it'll stay white. It won't, okay, you meant nv, not nv. Okay, so backspace. And you fix it there. Very simple, huh? Now, the it's about a command and bash, it's about a command. And yeah. And that will display everything you put in the line. So anyway, that's just an example of what you can do in this and how you can set it so your key bindings work like standard Windows key bindings that are common in even other programs. Other programs like uh, Micro, a text editor, another command line text editor. So they have on here to show it to you so you can see the difference in some of the things in it. So let's do Micro. And just and here's Macro. A little bit different color scheme there in the commands, but otherwise, yeah, it works pretty much like we just did it there. One thing it doesn't do is it doesn't soft wrap apparently. Yeah, so it didn't cut out the blanks. It just cut it off of the words. There's probably some setting Macro you can fix that, but I'm not familiar with Macro as much, same with Nano, so I don't know that. So so then I know another coming one. I think I have Joe in here. I'm not sure. Let me check real quick. I'm not familiar with that. Let's see which. Yeah. I thought maybe I had it in here, but apparently not. I used to use it for a while, and I had it installed for a while. I thought I installed this probably on one of the other computers I had it. So anyway, that's Nano. And that's how you use Nano properly. Now, properly is what, it's a loaded word a bit. So I meant that being that crazy to put that properly in there. so to speak, bit clickbaity, but what I mean by properly is how you use it properly, is how you use it. So if you like the standard direct keybind to come out of it, use that. You don't like the standard keybind, you want to use something different, like say, well, you make up your own key bindings if you want to, or you can use the standard Windows key bindings and those kind of things. You want to make sure it works like you expect it to. You want to learn all those strange Alt 6 to copy and stuff like that. So I understand that because I'm using these key bindings myself on one of my files. So, oh, I didn't show you one other thing though on this. That is, how do you know if you go to sudo? We already have something there on this one. I'll check with the. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's not letting me in the Nano or whatever. And you can't sudo cd and ls, I don't think. Maybe it'll sudo ls. We'll just do it this way. We go to root. We'll you just hit cd, it'll take you to your root directory. And your root directory is home directory, which is root. And now we can do ls. Okay. And we do not have a nano file in here, do we? No, we didn't we do. So yeah, so it should work, right? So we want to sudo this file. Well, let me find it first. This is my own bash file for doing finds and stuff like that. So it's all in user directory. So and master, master, uh, nano rc. It should go through there. It should pull up all the nano rcs in there. And there you go. There's Python, you see, python.nanorc. Po, I'm not sure what Po is, but php.nanorc. Perl, patch, all these different NF tables. There's your nanorc. That's when you add your nanorc file. And so you get all these different things in here you use. And so you can use specific ones, or you just go through different ones. Anyway, let's say we wanted to edit this, see what's in here. Rust. Edit Rust. Or double click, triple click, whatever the case may be. Control Shift copy. C. And we go sudo nano. Control Shift paste. P. And then we go in there. There's your Rust. You can see it's syntax highlighting for Rust. So you see how that in this file here, should like standard things, although that takes us, here's the end, the line goes beyond this, but the end of it. This is all the color coding, macros, and constants, everything it uses to do this in Nano. So yeah, you say, well, why is it that way? I thought we fixed all this in the thing. Well, it's because this is in your word directory. You're in sudo, so it goes to your word directory. Look for Nano, doesn't find it there, doesn't find it. What you have to do to do that, you have to copy uh, NRC to root. Got one thing in though. Sudo. Okay, there you go. Now we go back in that same file we were just in. Suddenly it's wrapped. And you see the whole line there. And it adds a color code. Now what I like to do, I like to change these to red by editing the root file there. Because in that way it makes it easier for me to know I'm in the root whenever I hit sudo nano instead of my user file. What I either do there is I'll go nano, sudo nano, root dot nano rc. And just red and yeah, when you're back there, suddenly all the line numbers are red color over there. That's how you do that. Now, if you're in sudo, you go sudo whatever, you know you're going to get in the same key bindings and everything you said in the original file and user file. No matter which one you're using, you're working that like one. So that's how you do that now. 49 files, so with Nano RC on the end of them. And not that many at least. And that's Nano. One thing I need to tell you, I don't remember if I mentioned it or not before, but background color. How do you get the background color to be what it is? Well, the thing in Nano takes the background of your current text terminal emulator. It uses that for its background. So you go into Nano here. Doesn't change the background color at all. The way you want to change the background color is change your background of your terminal. That's how you do that. So like if I want to change my background color to something different. It's a little more complicated since I'm in Kitty. I gotta go to Big File and Kitty and go down and find the color thing and change it. Yeah, just trust me. If you change your background color, yeah, it'll change it in Nano RC. It reflects whatever the terminal's background color is. So yeah, that's how you do that. So yeah, that's how it works, pretty much. That's Nano RC for you. Doesn't look like we had anybody join me. And looks like we have a, see, go back. So anyway, yeah, pretty cool actually that you can do all that in Nano. It's pretty, they've added a lot of features to it over the years. You go back and look at the history. It doesn't have the complete history because it's like the latest 7.4 or something like that, 7.0. But the um, the 7.0. But I think it takes you up to point 0.4 or something like that. And gives you change log histories of that. So you can see when they first added the key bindings, actually. I think it was when they first added key bindings. Where you can change your key bindings for it. So that's pretty cool. Pretty good, I think. So we'll call this a day, I guess. No question. Nothing. Nothing asked about that. If you have a question, leave it down in the comment. I'll try to remember to monitor those and get back with you and answer any questions you have about Nano. It's a simple text editor, but it's also can be pretty complex. You go through all the that big file had all that stuff in it. And make changes and study it. You can learn how to do that. Anyway, just that I'll say adieu to you. And don't forget, may Linux Force be with you. Bye.